And Matt starts it off like a Diet Coke ad. That's good to know. Pinky up for the Diet Coke.
Keep it classy.
Keeps it classy.
It's
Well,
the
we
John
are
Daly
back.
juice.
The John Daly juice. Yeah, that's not beer. I don't see beer or Jack in there. Unless you spiked it. Did you spike your Diet Coke?
No, Matt, he didn't.
Look at that. Look at that. Look at that mischievous look he gave. Well, anyway,
I mean,
we are
remember
back.
that-
We all made it. We all made it back successfully from Branson, Missouri, from the what like third or fourth major of the year for APT.
So, I think third
Something like that. I think Matt's
so.
on mute because he's using a
sander.
He's using a belt sander.
Down,
we
no
all made it
power
back.
tools.
We I know on the last show we promised that we would do a pre-show before Branson, but that was all my fault. I did not have reliable internet, which I was kind of okay with, really.
Nice
it's kind of nice. It's kind of nice
So
not having
the pre-show.
Yeah.
To Branson.
This is the pre-show to Branson. No, no, I didn't have the best internet service, and I was actually kind of happy about that because, it was kind of nice not to have to stare at my phone or have my phone on me all the time and just kind of relax. We were there for Wednesday to Sunday.
Ooh.
It was nice to relax for a while, but if you're heartbroken that we did not have a pre-Branson show, be the first person to post on our page and say, shame on you, Chris, and I'll send you a free sleeve of golf balls. How's that sound? Get some social media action going. Let's see who actually listens, shall we? I know a couple people do because old Mike showed up at Branson on day one, and he's like, he came up behind me and I had my headphones in. He's like, Chris, I just want you to know you did not butcher my name at all. I'm like, yeah, nailed it. Woo!
He saw me on
He
saw me on hole 19 at Paynes Valley, and he's like, Andrew, just want you to know. He's like, tell Chris he didn't butcher my name. I was like,
he did. He told me.
I was like,
That was
all
funny as
right,
hell.
all right, what last name was that? But then told me, I was like, yeah. I was like, we're good.
Yeah. He was awesome. Him and his wife were awesome. Talked to them for a bit. Saw a bunch of people. Hadn't seen for a while, but yeah,
I saw everybody. So
you saw everybody way more than we did.
good swings and bad swings.
Well, I don't know. I drove around all day with him on day one. After I got done.
You drove around for
you got done.
Division
You
5.
got done a lot earlier than I did.
Yeah, we followed Brandon in on his not so spectacular finish.
Well, here, so let's just start from the beginning. So we'll just all do our little recaps because I know Andrew went down early. I went down early. Abby's cousins were gracious enough to let us stay with them at their place, and we had a fantastic time. Wednesday night we kind of hung out at the house and on the dock, and then tornadoes rolled through, and actually Matt sent that. Was it you or was it Brandon that sent that TikTok? And it was actually just like maybe an hour ago. That was from Wednesday night, and Abby actually shared a screenshot from it from a couple other ones where it showed like this dock just mangled up in the middle of the water, and yeah, we were sitting through that, and we were on the screened-in porch watching it come in. We heard the sirens and just pouring rain, and then all of a sudden it stopped. It cleared up. And then on Thursday, we went and just floated around, relaxed, went on the boat for a little while, and then it rained again that night on the 4th of July. Which
it was a good rain too that Thursday night.
It was. It rolled through, but it was like that. It's that summer pop-ups that just like randomly show up. And it's those random ones that show up, and it rains just enough to get you cart path only.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And there's nothing fun about the cart path. But I will say though, the fact that on Friday we all got to Buffalo Ridge to play, that I was, being cart path only, I was okay with it because that was a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful course. Like, it was.
It ate my lunch, but it was still a fun day.
Yeah, ate my lunch, but I thoroughly enjoyed every second of it. It was a lot of fun. My phone's going off. Forgot to put it on old vibrate. But Buffalo Ridge was, I I don't know. I was going to ask you guys this. I know Paynes Valley is the easier of the three, but
yes. So Buffalo lost their greens a couple years ago, and they were absolutely dog shit. And then they shut down for a couple of months last year and redid every single green on the course, and that's why the greens were so nice.
Really? Was that whenever? Because I remember when you guys that came back from the? I think it was maybe the first year or second year.
It was the first came year back and we said played that, Buffalo and Paynes.
Yeah, because that was the year they said that they just opened Paynes Valley, and they felt like they took all the crews off of Buffalo to put them on Paynes, and that just felt like they kind of didn't put as much into. Yeah,
yeah, because Buffalo lost their greens because they had some kind of like what happened to kind of
like a fungus
last year. Yeah. But Buffalo shut down last year for a couple months and redid all their greens, and the greens were the best greens we put it on all weekend.
Those were beautiful greens. I personally, out of all of them, I thought Buffalo Ridge was I mean, I didn't play the greatest, but Buffalo Ridge was still my favorite one out of all of them. I enjoyed Buffalo Ridge.
I'm just happy I got a birdie that day. That's all I was cared about.
There you go. Yeah, that matters.
Yeah, that little putt out of the rough.
I think Ozark's probably my favorite course down there.
Ozark National was awesome. That was my favorite. Yeah. That was my favorite one of the three. I mean, not just because I shot well on it, but it was also, I thought it was just beautiful views. There was a lot of.
It's a fun layout.
It's a very fun layout. There's a lot of different kinds of shots you can take. And it was, I think it was the only one down there where I actually used every club in my bag.
Even the driver?
At least once. Yeah, I actually my driver was spot on that day. Like, I think it was hole 11, the par 5. I bombed one down the fairway, and then I had a hybrid from about 220 out and was on for an eagle putt. That was the highlight of my day. I was pretty tickled with that, and still made birdie. I didn't 3-putt.
Nice,
hooray me! But that day, everything was just felt good. Like, I think it was the group I had. I thought the group I had on Saturday was amazing. Like, all three of those guys.
That whole day, from what I was seeing, everybody's vibes were. Most everybody was in a good mood most of the day.
Yeah,
I mean,
until
about probably mid-afternoon when Division 4 kind of got backed up on hole 7.
I was in a good mood
because that was the cart path only hole.
What did you say, Matt? You were in a good mood for 12 holes?
Yeah.
Why? What happened? Fill us in.
Well,
don't be shy. Let us know.
So I started birdie. But good, obviously. And then some unfortunate tee shots. Not bad tee shots, just bad decisions. Mm-hmm. So I was back to even, but I ended up shooting even on the front. And then on the back 9, I just lost all sense of speed. The greens sped up a lot because they were drying out throughout the day. I just I couldn't find I lost the speed on the greens. I lost all sense of any kind of speed or anything on the greens on the back 9, and just couldn't figure it out on the greens. So I ended up shooting 10 over on the back.
And I don't know if I noticed the speeding up of the greens, but I think it was also because you were a lot earlier than we were, so you may have had that.
Yeah, they were very.
The morning dew and all that.
Yeah, the morning dew, and then when we got on them, I mean, for me it was lightning fast, but my touch was great, the feel was great, my tempo was there, we were all rolling at a really good pace. Like, we didn't have any problems. There was no real backups.
I had no problems getting to the green.
Yeah. It was when you got on there?
It was just literally lost all sense of any kind of speed on the greens. And it was funny, even Andrew asked Cliff after the round, he's like, give Matt shit about beating him? He goes, no, he's fucking pissed.
He's like, I didn't say shit.
Yeah. Yeah, that's about how I was on day. That's how I was on day 2. It's like nobody. Really,
you were pissed as hell on day 2 when I saw you on 19.
It's because I had to keep score. I had to keep 2 scores because my partner, apparently his philosophy on golf in a tournament is I'll just ask him at 9 what he got. No, you're the guy is winning the tournament. You're going to fill out his scorecard as we're playing the game of golf, and you're going to put your scores down below. And he just refused to, so I grabbed it and did it. I'm like,
so he's the one that was leading too?
No, the guy he was keeping score for was leading.
Oh,
he also had a couple counting problems. We were on 18. He hit it hard right, went into the little mountain area. This guy, I don't know what he was thinking. It was all rock and bush. And what did he do? He pulled out a freaking hybrid, hit it off of rocks, and he topped it and it went back into the same stuff like 10 yards in front of him. He did that again, and then he chipped out and he's like, "Man, I just got to put this on and putt and I'll get a par." It's like, no, that's not even close. Like you're already 5 deep, bud. Like you're already 4 deep with that wedge. This 5th shot's going to be putting you. I mean, you're not going to hit it from 300 out. I guarantee it.
Which guy in the group was that one? The
it was the guy I was riding with. No, that guy ended up winning. Rob ended up winning. He was what was Matt? Who's the guy that's Steady Eddie? Verl
Seeger.
There you go.
He was Todd Gersh.
It's Todd.
Verl is very not Steady Eddie because all he does is blade irons around the green.
This guy, I kid you not, he was 225 down the middle every time, and wedges in every time, and it was nothing for him. Like he was just he was cruising. He definitely. I mean, I could tell you after the 5th hole that he was going to win it again. I mean, he was.
Yeah.
It was a high handicap layout, and he got up on some of those senior tees. One of those senior tee placements, it literally moved him up to like 282 to the green. I'm like, okay, that's
it's a nice.
I mean, we were like 315. He moved up and he was 282. I'm like, that's a significant difference. But I mean, it is what it is. I just kind of ignored it and just said, you know what, I'm gonna have a good time. There's no way I was catching him. I think he ended up like 10 over the entire tournament. So
me too.
He nuked it, and then
I came out. I was a little less than even.
Little less than even. What do you mean, little less than even?
I didn't play. I'm just saying.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, there you go.
Andrew won the whole tournament.
I did. Yeah, he did. Actually, he did because he didn't have to
go
with anything.
I still had to put up with shit, but it was people all. If they had a bad swing behind them, I could hear them from the cart. If that camera wasn't there, that camera had nothing to do with it. Had nothing to do with it.
I think whenever you stop to take a picture, like whenever you stop in my group
when I saw you
Ozark National, yeah, when you had me with my pant legs rolled up, my sexy pose.
Yeah.
You had the camera on me when I pulled out that fairway wood, and that's the first time I pulled it out. And
you smoked
it down the middle. I told you, dude.
Underneath the tree and everything.
I was feeling it. The guys I had, like I said, the guys I had in my group were awesome. They were a lot of fun to play with. They were really laid back, and you knew one of them as being a Hogs fan. He was the one that got hurt at Sycamore. He came up to play Sycamore and got hurt.
Oh yeah. He's the one that had
super nice guy.
He had to leave because his buddy needed his tractor down in Fayetteville.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, I thought he got
when that tornado went through.
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah,
but yeah, he was cool. Donnie was awesome. Donnie was a Texas fan when we had an Arkansas fan, and then
and a Mizzou fan.
And a Mizzou fan. We didn't have much to talk about. Just say that when it came to college sports, we didn't talk about basketball at least. But
day one was a little rough, but day two was fun.
Tell us about it.
Paynes is just like, if you ever played Paynes, for the people listening, it literally just pull a driver and hit it as hard as you can on every hole. And obviously, I like that kind of golf course. And it was just literally I don't think I hit more than an 8-iron all day. It was just a hammer driver wedge. And I was like, I think I got I ended up shooting even. I was 2 under on the front. So my best ever front 9 in a tournament. So my best ever 9 holes in a tournament. So I was 2 under after 9. Ended up shooting. I got back within 1 of the lead. I started in 14th. Got within 1 of the lead. Ended up finishing tied for 3rd. But
that's a hellacious comeback. I mean, Kevin was. I was looking.
Kevin was playing.
Kevin was rolling.
Playing well.
He was rolling.
Yeah, it was. I knew I was gonna have to do something special. I kept telling Kevin on Saturday night because he was staying with us. I was like, Kevin, we're gonna be in a playoff for first tomorrow. And I was like, you better be ready. And he's like, I'm ready for it. And Sunday rolled around and it almost happened. I was close.
Damn, I don't think
you would have had. I mean, that was special. He would have had to. He would have had to had a really bad day or something.
Well, he ended up shooting. Because I was literally 1 back off. I was 1 off the lead at one point, and just Kevin saw the leaderboard and turned it on. He got like 3 birdies on his way in from 15 to 18 or something.
Yeah, Kevin walked up to 18 or 19, and he's like, I saw Matt's on the leaderboard. He said, "Oh shit!" He said, "Well, here we go."
Yeah, he turned.
You went up to the range to stay warm.
He turned it on. But it was funny because, so me and Kevin were the only 2 to eagle number 8. So Kevin cut my super skin on 8 and my flight skin on 8. And we both made eagle. We both basically had tapping eagles and we both almost made albatross. So, cause I hit driver over the right bunker and had like 120 in or something on the par 5. And Kevin hit a 7-iron. I hit a wedge, and I was like, he's like, yeah, I hit a 7-iron. It landed like 10 feet short of the hole, rolled up, and literally like stopped like 6 inches short of the hole for albatross. And I was like, on my shot on that hole, I hit a wedge, lands about 3 feet short, hops pin high, spins left, and lipped out the back edge of the hole. And I had like a 2-footer for eagle. And I was like, dude, can you imagine if we would have both albatrossed that and we wouldn't have got skins? Like, that would have been, like, it would have been one of those, like, I'm kind of mad.
You can't be upset about it.
It's like, I'm kind of mad that wasn't a skin, but also, like, how the fuck does that happen? But, no, Kevin played well. I tried to make it. Didn't quite get it.
Came close, though. I mean, you definitely had
top 3 is not, top 3 in a major is not bad.
That's my best ever finish in a 2-day. Well,
so
I did see. In a major in general.
I did see another DQ. So somebody in D4 got DQ.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was a D3 DQ. Why did that person get DQ?
D3 DQ?
Yeah, there was a D3 DQ. I figured Andrew would have known because he was He was elbow to elbow with the hot brass this weekend.
Well, I mean, I was important, but I wasn't that important.
No, round at Paynes officially puts me into Division 1 as of Wednesday. This upcoming Wednesday, it'll change all the
are they bumping you
and shit, and then I'll get bumped because I needed 2 scores to fall off. The posse dropped 1 because I shot even par there, which was my best tournament round, and then I shot even par at Paynes, which tied my best tournament round, which dropped the second one off. I think should drop me to like a 3-2 tournament index, so I'll be in 1.
Nice.
One going into Myrtle Beach.
I wish I could go to Myrtle Beach.
Me and
Brandon are going to Tanglewood this weekend on Saturday.
Is it Tanglewood or I think it's Eagle Knoll.
Yeah, it's Eagle Knoll. That's the one. And so that'll be my first official tournament in Division 1. And if I win, I'll be the second person ever to win in 4 divisions. Because Greg Miller beat me to it. Old Greg.
Oh, nice.
Shout out Greg Miller.
Well, I mean, you're going to have competition. They got 2 guys.
Right. So, but yeah, we'll see what happens. And then we got Creekmore Monday. So
we do have Creekmore Monday. I've got my eyes on. I got my eyes on the. I got my eyes on the tee sheets because I'm gonna try and swipe up a tee time either Friday, Saturday, because I have next week I'm on PTO, so we got Creekmore on Monday, and then I've got my big other tournament on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So we'll be up at Falcon Lakes for
your 72.
Yep, Falcon Lakes, Creekmore. So I had to. I got to get my endurance up. I think next week I'm going to go on a big fast, not eat anything, just nothing but bone broth or seaweed wraps.
Yeah,
yeah. When are you guys leaving for Tanglewood? Or not Tanglewood, Eagle Knoll.
Just gonna drive up there Saturday.
Stay Saturday night and then play Sunday.
No, it's on Saturday. So
it's on Saturday.
Saturday morning.
Oh, okay.
Where is it?
It's just south of Columbia.
Yeah, it's only 2 hours away. So
it's like it's just outside Jeff City.
Yeah, tee times start at 9, and I'll probably be the first group off. So I'll just leave at like 6. Get there around 8. Have an hour to get ready, and then after.
I was just looking today. I don't know if any of mine will drop off. I shot an 81 at Ozark, so. How does that work?
Just your lowest round drops your highest, I believe, isn't it?
So me and Brandon played Branson Hills yesterday before we left.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that course is fun. You guys would probably hate it, but that course was a freaking blast. It's super tight. It's basically imagine Ann Briar, but instead of all the openness, it's just trees.
That sounds awful.
It was a freaking blast. So, well, no, I'd compare it more to. It was more like an easier salsa chips.
I like salsa chips.
Oh, okay. Okay, that wouldn't be so bad. You made it sound like
but
it
there's
was
way
all
more
front nine.
It is all front nine at Sycamore. But we played from almost 7,400 yards.
Nope.
I made fun of Brandon, and he's like, no, you can't call me out like that on the first hole, and so he came back and played with me at 7,400. I almost ducked it for eagle on hole 1. But I was like, that course is just an absolute blast.
Did you guys play? You played that on the Monday after?
Yeah, we played it yesterday.
Oh, nice.
So much for driving home early.
Yeah, right. Well, we were talking about it Sunday, and we were like, "Fuck it, let's just play somewhere on the way home on Monday morning." So we played it I think our tee time was 8:30, and so we were on the road. We were home by 5 o'clock. So
yeah,
that's not terrible. We got home about the same time.
Should I get home at midnight on Sunday?
Ugh.
Yeah, that course was freaking awesome.
That sounds terrible.
I was so sore after that drive.
So sore.
Just from all the weekend,
Oh, yeah.
It was just.
Oh, yesterday I was dead tired, man. I
went into work late yesterday. I said, "Fuck it."
I would have too, but I couldn't. I just rolled out of bed and
signed on.
Yeah, pretty much exactly what happened.
This weekend I'm not doing shit besides sitting in front of this computer going through photos. That's about it.
I don't know what I'm doing. I'm probably not doing anything this weekend. I think I'm just gonna have a relaxing, do nothing weekend. It'll be fantastic.
Until Monday when you got to play Creekmore.
Till Monday when I got to play Creekmore. Unless I get a tee time Friday or Saturday or Sunday for Creekmore. I'm trying to swing.
If you want to play,
if you find one Saturday, Sunday, let me know. I'll join.
Say what?
Well, I'm gonna play Sunday, so come play with us.
When are you playing?
I'm gonna play Creekmore on Sunday.
What time?
I don't know yet. I haven't got that far.
I did.
It's only Tuesday. It's only Tuesday, Chris.
I know, but the public tee times get released 5 days before. And I checked this morning because they just released today's, and the only thing they had was a 3:30
on Sunday.
Yep. Hold on. Actually, hold on. Let me grab my. Hold on. Let me grab my laptop. Talk amongst yourselves.
So Chris is looking for our tee time for Sunday.
Yeah.
Where the fuck did I put my iron head?
We're back. So the way Creekmore works is 10 days in advance is members that live there, 7 days in advance for members that do not live on property, and then 5 days in advance is public tee times. They'll release anything that's left over.
Well, that's fine because I'm like a 3 day ahead of time kind of person. So
you would.
Oh no, Sunday's already been released. Let's see what it says here. See, yep, the 14th. Yeah, 3:20 is the earliest one they got.
Fucking let's do it.
And then Friday they have a 3:50. I was looking at doing
on Sunday. That'll give me time to sleep after Saturday. Haley's birthday is Sunday, but she works, so
you're in the clear.
Well, with 4 people, it's 4:50 is the earliest one.
I'll make it for 3.
Oh, they don't have for 3 either. It's for 2 or 1.
Oh.
Yeah, but I keep an eye out every day because they have people that drop all the time.
I'll say that one. I've gotten last second tee times at like 10 o'clock in the morning there. Before.
I did that when I had my air conditioner replaced.
Where the heck did this thing go?
So on the APT thing, so on APT's handicap thing, so will my 81 replace something on there?
You have to go to your things and look at your differentials. So whatever your highest differential is, if you have one that's better than that, it'll drop one.
Explain.
So the differential is basically so you shot an 81. So if the course rating is say 76, you shot an 81, then the differential would be 5 based on your handicap. And so if you have a differential that's higher than 5, then that one would drop off and 5 would replace your highest one. So I had a 7-1. I had a 7-1 that dropped, or I had a 7 that dropped off with the posses because the posses was ended up being like a 1 differential. And then my other highest was a 6-3, which I needed to drop off to get into 1. In my even part, Paynes is like I want to say that was like a +1 differential. So that goes to now a -1 because I think the course rating for that day was I think it was 71. So,
well, and they fall off. They fall off after a year, right?
Yep. Your worst.
Oh, well, I have one falling. I have an 83. I have an 83 falling off, so it'll be replaced with the 81, most likely.
And so my 6.
Chris moving up to 2,
which was my next.
No.
Ooh.
No, I'm not.
So my 6-3 differential, that was my next highest one, dropped off from Paynes. So Paynes is going to jump me into Division 1. I think it's going to drop me from a 4-1 to a 3-2, I believe.
I'll see tomorrow. They recalculated on Wednesdays or something like that. So
yeah, it's Wednesdays.
I'll see tomorrow, but I know that I have an 83 that's falling off because that was from July of 23. So the 81 will probably replace that, and then the 87 may replace a higher one too. We'll see.
That'd be good for you.
Fudge.
I hope. I mean, I'm sitting at 11.6. I'm not worried.
Yeah.
I'm fine. I just like to see it go a little bit lower, see what I can do. But anyway, let's move forward. That was our weekend at Branson. If you ever get a chance to, I highly recommend going down there. Yes, those courses are very, very expensive, but they are very, very worth it, in my opinion.
The scenes out there are great. I mean, it's
what's that?
The views out there
the views are amazing.
Half the reason to go out there.
I think we paid total for Buffalo Ridge was $292, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what it was for Buffalo. I would say if you're gonna pay, I would pay for Ozark National. I liked Ozark National more than I liked Buffalo Ridge. I thought Ozark National had way better views, but Buffalo Ridge was very close. Don't get me wrong,
they're all 3 great in their own way.
Yeah,
but
I thought Paynes Valley was fun, but it wasn't anything spectacular. It wasn't like
Tiger designed it to be a high handicap friendly course. People go out and have fun, and then you end on the 19th green and call it a day.
The only defense for Paynes for the real low handicaps is the distance because it's 7,400 from the tips.
Yeah, it's still a long course.
There's a couple holes that are just always dead straight into the wind.
Very much so. I mean, in the undulation and the amount of there's a lot of hills. There's a lot of hills on that one. But it was overall fun. It was great.
I'm not going to do what I did again, but it was a good time.
I don't think they're going to have it again next year. I think this is the last year for it, from what I heard.
No, it'll be in the rotation. It's going to be like Chambers. It'll probably be like in every other.
I'll go to Chambers next year. Chambers is on.
Oh, I'm definitely going to Chambers next year.
You need
another guy's trip. I do.
You need redemption.
You need some redemption.
Yep,
I do.
Absolutely, and we will not be staying in Tacoma, where we hear four-wheelers and gunshots.
With the van keys in the van.
Leaving the keys in the van. Yes, I did do that. That's why I'm not allowed to have a vehicle without a key, with just the fob. Nah, that don't work like that. But anyway, let's move forward. One thing that we had kind of tossed around and talked about was some unwritten rules to golf that kind of like Mythbusters in a way, to where we thought, you'll be out playing around and somebody will make a comment or make something saying you can't do this, you can't do that, but you can actually do this and you can actually do that. And we kind of went through and kind of tried to debunk some of these. And I think it all kind of sparked from, I think it was Matt. Did you send us that video of the guy talking about marking your ball in front?
Yep.
No, that's what I thought I did. It was one of the two.
Is that you, Andrew?
I think.
I don't know, but that video really kind of got me thinking. And I mean, like, I get it, but I don't know.
I mean, I was always, when I was growing up, instructed, you put the ball behind the marker, right behind it. That's the only way to do it.
You mean you put the ball behind the marker, you put the marker behind
Or the marker behind the ball. Put the marker behind the ball.
I mean, traditionally, yes.
Yeah.
But as it turns out, so in the rule book, I was actually reading it after you sent that, and no, you can technically not mark it in front. It doesn't say in the rule book that you can mark it in front, but it says you can mark behind or beside the ball, as long as you replace it in the exact
same spot.
Yeah, exactly. So that I do remember reading, and it is in the book. I believe I actually had a Google sheet that I was writing up on some of this stuff.
Fun fact, real fast.
Hit me with it.
So the Paynes, like the Payne Stewart picture of him doing like the fist bump thing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So you can only get how Paynes has all their merchandise with the Paynes standing their logo.
Uh-huh.
The only place you can get any merchandise with the Payne Stewart doing the thing.
10th hole.
Pinehurst?
Huh?
Pinehurst?
It's the halfway house on Paynes.
Yeah.
Is the only place they have anything that has that logo on it.
Really?
Yep.
I thought you were talking about like the only place you can find it, and I was like, oh, isn't that from Pinehurst when he won the U.S. Open?
I mean, yeah, the only place you can find any merchandise with that logo on it for Paynes Valley is at the halfway house.
My brother wanted me to get him a hat with that logo. I was like, you gotta earn it. You gotta go play the course to get that shit.
Exactly. I got my golf ball though. It's in the flag right now. So Missouri, you have been conquered. I have played a round of golf in Missouri.
Did you get your bison dog on at Paynes Valley?
No, I did not. I didn't eat at Paynes or Ozark National. But the other guy was super excited for the frozen Snickers bar.
Oh, that's frozen Snickers on Saturday was great.
Yeah, Mike was really liking that frozen Snickers bar.
I had one.
He's like, dude, the house is coming up, man. You get a free hot dog, and that frozen Snickers bar is something else.
I had one waiting on Matt to get to hole 17 to take his photo, and I hadn't ate all day. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna get a bison dog and a Snickers. It fucking hit the spot.
Hit the spot, right? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So, okay. So back to Parsho Mythbusters here. That's what we'll call it. Parsho Mythbusters. So, given that Andrew sent us that, I went through the rule book, and apparently in Rule 14.1, USGA rule state, you can mark your ball behind or right beside. As long as the ball is replaced in the same way it was marked, you're perfectly fine. So, and I remember in my first year of playing, somebody yelled at me because I marked my ball to the side, and it was simply because I was trying not to stand in people's stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I marked it beside the ball.
Sometimes it makes sense to mark it on the side because
it does.
You need to move it one way or the other. And so if someone's just like, you can just mark it on the left side of the ball, then you just mark it on the left side of the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean,
everything in here.
Yeah, but that led me to ask, what is something you've heard out there that you were like, no, that's not a rule?
I mean,
or what's anything crazy that somebody has said to you that you're like, yeah, you don't know what you're talking about?
We had one that.
I got one. I got a real good one from our good buddy Rocky. He told me. So when I first got in the long drive, I got the long drive head right back when it was the Callaway Epic Speed, the black and green one, and I was like, posted something about it, and he's like, that's an illegal driver head. I was like, how, Rocky? He said it doesn't have enough loft on it. There's nothing that says you can't have too little loft on your driver head.
No, there's not.
I didn't even have to look it up for that one. But it was funny. It was
so,
Sorry,
that's fair. I mean, I think you have driver length limits, but I mean, I've never heard of loft. Like,
and then you got the amount of number of clubs you can have your bag.
Some people have like a 80-degree wedge, because they're just.
I used to have a 70-degree wedge.
There's a lie angle rule for golf clubs, but there's nothing about loft.
You mean lie angle as in wedges? Like there's a wedge limit?
No, like a lie angle as far as, because you change your loft and lies. Your lie can go either a more upright or flatter.
Yep.
I don't know what the flat limit is, but you can't make a club more than 80 degrees upright.
And that includes putters, doesn't it?
Yep, includes putters. Yep.
That's why your Scotty's illegal.
That's why my putter is exactly 80 degrees on the lie angle.
Okay, I'm confused now. Are we talking about the degree, or are we talking about how it sits?
How it sits. The lie.
So it cannot be. Your putter cannot be straight up and down.
Yeah, you can't make it a 90 degree angle.
That's why we can't put
that's why
that white putter shaft I have, we can't put that in the new refinish Scotty, because it would be damn near 90 degrees.
It is 90 degrees.
Was it?
So what you're saying is I could have a 85-degree wedge and be just fine.
Loft.
So that doesn't make a difference.
That's loft.
There's no loft limit. There's no limit on loft, right?
I do not believe so.
Not that I can tell. I perused the rule book. I didn't see anything. I mean, I even started looking because I was perusing Reddit for things that other people have done. One of which was somebody said that they were playing in a tournament and somebody had 16 clubs in their bag and they had forgotten that they had the clubs in their bag. Therefore, they said that by rule that they designate the clubs they are not using and they can't touch them or use them. They can keep them in the bag. They just cannot use them.
Yeah.
Is that a thing?
I just always knew you couldn't have more than 14.
Anything. I tried looking it up. It's okay to start a round with more than 14 clubs as long as you declare the clubs that will not be used, is what I read.
Huh.
I never had more than 14 anyways. I'm not mad.
I mean, yeah, I don't have any reason to have more than 14, but I just thought that was very interesting to read. The other one...
That's actually interesting.
It is interesting. I mean,
it helps for because if you look at how Paynes and Ozark is set up.
Yeah.
It's not convenient. Like some courses also just super inconvenient, like Stone Canyon. Super inconvenient to go back to the car. Like if you're testing stuff, like someone who tinkers too much like myself. Like you're testing stuff and like you don't want to go all the way back to the club or all the way back to the car. Like what I'll do is I'll just because mine's usually drivers, and so I'll just take the head off, throw it in my bag, and then just throw the shaft in the bag. And so it's like then I don't have more than 14 clubs. But it's
but you're not going to be doing testing during a tournament.
What do you mean? I was doing it on the range before both tournaments, before Saturday and Sunday.
Okay, so here you go. Let's see here.
I changed drivers for Sunday. Literally a driver I had never hit on the golf course before I used on Sunday. And it worked pretty well.
Yeah.
Because sometimes, like, you just never know when something's going to feel better than something else.
If a player becomes aware shortly before starting a round that they accidentally have more than 14 clubs, the player should try to leave the excess club or clubs behind. But as an option, without penalty, the player may take such excess clubs out of play before the start of the round using the procedure in 1, which I'm not going to read. And then the other bullet point is the excess clubs may be kept by the player, but must not be used during the round, and they do not count towards the 14 club limit.
Interesting.
So essentially it says you can have, if you accidentally have more than 14.
That was the word I was looking for.
Accidentally.
Yeah, if you accidentally have more than 14, you have to declare the ones that are not in use. Like, say, I'm not using this one, I'm not using this one. But then again, how is anybody going to tell?
Yeah.
I mean,
somebody
you have like 5 drivers in there. I mean, nobody's going to really tell. The other one, this is the one that that is the most, I think it's the most common one that I've heard on the course, and the most common one that I've seen and had. I mean, I think Andrew here even had somebody yell at him for it, but you can't stand behind a player when they're with their putting line and their putting stroke. Thoughts?
I mean, it doesn't say. I mean, it's more of a common courtesy than an actual rule.
It's not a rule. A player can stand behind you, but it's.
And I was caddy corner. I was not right behind them.
Yeah, and here's the deal, and we've talked about this one. If you're on the green and you're uncomfortable with how close somebody is standing to you,
say something.
Ask them to move. Step back. Ask them to move. Don't miss the putt and then blame it on them because they were standing too close. You had the opportunity to tell them to move, and you did not. Therefore, but then again, it's an etiquette thing. I mean, if I'm standing 10 feet from you, I mean, come on, that's not whatever, you know. But if somebody is deliberately standing behind your line, there's no rule. There's no rule against that. It's just poor sportsmanship, I guess. Like, read your own putt,
I feel like
or stand to the side and watch. I mean, you can stand to the side and watch the break too.
Remember the PNC last year? They were like, since it's a scramble, they have decided not to honor the rule that you can't stand directly behind the person who's putting. They said that. They said that on the PGA Tour.
Because it's a rule. Because it is a rule. 10-1. This is the research I did, by the way. You guys be happy to know. 10-1 prohibits players from standing in the line of play. 10-2B4 prohibits caddies or partners from standing in the line. So if you are in a scramble, if you have your caddy or your other partner cannot stand behind you while you're making a stroke. They have to stand to the side. But another opponent, there is no rule that says an opponent cannot stand behind you while you're playing. Hold on, let's see. Rule 22 says, as a player in alternate shot, you cannot stand behind the line of play. Although Rule 12A, all players are expected to play in the spirit of the game. So there's your blanket statement of in the spirit of the game, which basically is saying it's bad etiquette to stand behind somebody while they're putting to watch their line, or to stand in the fairway. You know, I don't know why you'd want to stand behind somebody in the fairway. That'd be just silly in my opinion. But yeah, there is nothing there that says you can't stand behind somebody. But that is interesting that the PGA would set that aside. And it was the PNC, wasn't that isn't that
it was the PNC.
That's the father-son tournament.
Is that the father? Oh, that's.
It's not really father-son anymore. It's more
of a
player family
Charlie.
member.
It's Charlie. It's Here Comes Charlie and Tiger show.
Oh yeah,
that's really what it is. I mean, nobody remembers who wins it. They only just know that Tiger and Charlie played in it.
John Daly and Lil John won it a couple years ago.
They did. They absolutely did. But other than that, I haven't really heard any other weird like rules.
I take
that back. We did have one. Somebody got kind of combative this weekend on because he didn't exactly know how to put it. He didn't know the rules. So We were on probably 15 we were on 15. He hits it and he shanks it hard right off the tee box. About 180 to 190 yards is where his entry point was. And he started arguing that no, it went farther than that. And we're trying to tell him it's like it doesn't matter how far your ball went. It's where it went out. Like it went out of play right here. You have to drop on this line. Like you have no choice. But he was trying to fight it like, well, what if it went through? And no, you can't find your ball. It went out. It went out right here. This is your line. And I think it was just because it was behind a bunch of rocks and he didn't want to have to take that drop. But it's like, you can always go back to the tee box. Back there. You've already taken 5 minutes to look for your ball anyway. But then again, he was like, well, I'm going to go look up here. It's like, dude, your ball went out right here. There's no way it is up there. Like if it's up there, I'm going to go ahead and just bow down to physics because I don't know how it works. Because there's no way your ball is up there. But he really didn't know. And then actually we had another.
Was a 3-minute timer on him?
Yeah, I did, but he didn't listen to anybody.
3 minutos.
So he didn't listen to anybody. It was just like keeping score.
Yeah.
Then on the green, we had here was something funny that happened on the green. Let me ask you what you guys would have done. I didn't see it because I was busy marking my ball and turning around. But one of the guys walks over and picks up his ball, and another guy goes, whoa, 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 what are you doing? He goes, you said you marked my ball. He goes, no, I fixed your ball mark. So he walked over and just picks up his ball without marking it, thinking the guy marked his ball for him. And when in fact he fixed his ball mark. Like he misunderstood what the guy was saying. They asked me, I go, that's a stroke penalty. You picked your ball up without marking it, man.
Yeah.
And then they're like, well, it was a misunderstanding. We'll just go put it back. So it's like, no, that's a stroke penalty. I don't care if you misunderstand or not. Yeah. You should probably ask before you pick it up.
You should know.
And also,
you should know on the green anyways. You always got to mark it before you pick it up. I mean, that's just.
Yeah, you always mark your ball. Like, no, I'm not marking somebody else's ball.
There's another rule. Does someone have to if someone marks your ball for you on the green, do they have to then replace the ball?
Yes, they do.
Yes.
If somebody marks my ball for me, we had that happen at Ozark National. Mick did that. I was on approach. Donnie was at the cart, but his ball was on the green, and he yelled to Donnie. He said, "I'm going to mark your ball." So Donnie marks his ball, Mick marked his ball, and then when Donnie got up there, he put his ball back, unmarked it, and then let him mark his ball and put it back down, like the way he wanted it. So that happens way more than you think.
Mm-hmm.
But,
I saw it in a times this weekend.
In a casual round, nobody really gives a shit. But like in the tournament rounds, that matters like big time. Same thing with having to move your ball marker out of somebody's line. What was it? When was it? It was Sunday. We had him move his ball mark, and he just walks over and puts his putter down and moves the mark. And it's like, you gotta like pick a line like to mark your ball. Like you don't just walk up and do it. You got to pick a line of sight so you know where to put your ball marker back. I mean, that's just common sense in my opinion. But then again, what do I know?
Nothing, obviously.
No, I don't. That's why halfway through that round, I was kind of like, you know what? It's there's no point. It's like trying to ice skate uphill, man. It was just play golf. Forget them.
At least everybody was playing ready golf Sunday.
Yeah, everybody was ready to go golf. That's what freaking.
The story Jake told us when we were at the freaking condo was kind of funny. Sunday night, freaking Jake's like, yeah, like we were on because on the scorecard it gives you like what time you should be finishing each hole. Mm-hmm. Jake was like, we were 15 minutes ahead of the time on the hole on the scorecard. And Garrett's group, I guess, just fucking took off.
Yeah, they only had 3, so.
And it was just like, Jake was just like, I don't know. He was like, we were on them pretty good, and then they just like disappeared. He's like, I don't know. He's like, we just He's like, we were 10 minutes ahead of schedule, and we're still like, we just never saw him. Like,
well, at 9 o'clock, I decided to go get on the course, and so I get to 18 by the time the first group got to hole 19, and so I could do their 19 tee shot. And I remember looking, I was like, all right, well, here's everybody. I was like, Jake said they're on 14. I was like, all right, I got time because Garrett should technically be on 15, maybe 16. And I look, Jake and all, I followed Jake for hole 14. I was like, I don't see Garrett Wilson in his group. I was like, there's no way they're done yet. I pulled up to him right as they're teeing off on hole 17. I was like, Jesus. I was like, because I was just
going to trucking.
Oh, they were hauling.
2 holes behind.
Oh, wait. Okay. Fun. Okay, so I'm going to add to your story. We were up there about 20 minutes before our tee time at 11:10, and Garrett and his partner pull up next to us, and they're like, we're done. I was like, what time did you tee off? He goes, 7.
7.
I'm like, holy crap. He's like, we had nobody in front of us, man.
Yeah.
They were zipping.
Well, there's only 3 of them, too, so I mean, they...
Mm-hmm. They were really zipping.
Yeah.
But there we go. That's our fun stuff for the day. Also, if you haven't heard the news, Zach Johnson out, Ryder Cup captain, not Ryder Cup captain anymore. Apparently, the powers that be watched Netflix series and figured out what Jackass did. And now we have Keegan Bradley.
First pick should be fucking Branson.
Here is what I think. I think Bryson absolutely deserves it. But what I think is going to happen is I think the PGA is going to stick their nose in there again, and they're going to be like, you can pick one live guy, and then the rest have to be PGA.
That's fine.
I think that's what's going to happen. No, it's not fine.
I mean,
it's
they
not
picked
fine.
one live guy last time, and they picked fucking Brooks Koepka.
Exactly, but I don't think that's fine. I think it should be the best golfers for the United States.
Well, I agree.
It's not the PGA. It's not a PGA tournament. It's the best golfers from the United States, and it doesn't matter if it's live. It doesn't matter if it's the PGA. It doesn't matter if it's some jackass playing in the DP tour out in Europe. You pick the best of the United States. Right now, DeChambeau is one of the best in the United States. Scotty Scheffler
if not the best,
is one of the best in the United States. You have them on the team. But I think I don't know. I think Keegan Bradley be good. I mean,
there won't be no good old boys club this year.
No, after what happened last year, absolutely not. Could you imagine being Keegan Bradley, watching Full Swing and watching that whole thing go down, and like as he's saying, I'm not going to pick my friends, he's sharing a house with his friends that he picked in Europe. Like, you couldn't help but watch that and be like, yeah, that was a load of shit. But I mean, we'll see. It's not until 2025. I believe it's at what, Bethpage?
Yeah.
Is it this year? Bethpage?
We should try and go out there.
I want to.
It's cheap too. It's like $125.
Only place I'll go in New York.
Yeah,
is there. I'll go to Bethpage and then be done with it.
Fly right back.
Yep, California will be the very last one on my list. Okay, but then we're also going to laugh. We're also
you gonna knock out Alaska too?
What's that?
You gonna knock out one in Alaska?
Don't tempt me, because I'll go up to Chambers Bay again and then take a little biplane all the way up to Alaska and do something.
And on the next show, we'll have a special guest.
Who's the next? Who? I don't even know this.
No, Mr. Corey Glasgow.
Oh, that's right. We got to get Corey on the show. He's been wanting to come on. We'll have Corey Glasgow on the next show. Probably do that one next Monday, or not next Monday, the Monday after.
After Creekmore, 2 weeks.
After. Do you guys want to do after Creekmore?
I'll say we can do the Tuesday after Creekmore.
We can do the Tuesday after Creekmore because I'm on PTO, because it doesn't matter to me. But we're going to end with this last one. And I'm gonna try to set this up so that we can make some social media out of this one. I got to make the marker real quick. So, my question to you is, you can only pick one golf course to play for the rest of your life, but it has to be a golf course whose name starts with your first initial.
Oh, that's easy for mine.
It's not easy for yours because there's a rule on this show, and I know exactly what course you're going to say, and it's not happening because we have a rule on this show. Have a rule. It is literally on the rule book. Number 1 rule is in all hypotheticals, nobody picks Augusta because even in your dreams, you cannot play Augusta.
Correct.
Exactly. So easy. Go off the top of your head. Boom.
Briar.
There it is. There's Andrews and Briar.
M. What courses start with M?
Maine.
Somewhere in Mexico.
Mexico, just Mexico. You're gonna play the whole state of Mexico. The state of Mexico, the whole country of Mexico. My bad. Don't judge me, please, people. Don't judge me.
I can probably guess what I was about to say. You're just probably going to Chambers.
I'm going Chambers Bay. Thank you for the seat. Thank you for the seat. Chambers Bay. Let's see. Matt. Let's see. Hold on. Famous. Shit. I definitely just marked some famous golf courses. Oh, Muirfield.
There you go.
That one.
Famous golf courses. Hold on. That start with M. Let's see.
There's got to be one over
okay, they don't exactly have a website for this. Like, here, I'll just list off a few here. Hold on. M. Hey, you could have picked Mazingo too. Let's see. Magnolia, Mallard, man. Let's see if any of these jump out here. Nope.
Disney Magnolia. Nope. That way I can go make as many lightsabers.
But that starts with a D, not an M.
I'm actually kind of jealous because, man, I would definitely, I would definitely go make some lightsabers. Let's see what we got here. Milwaukee Country Club, Mission Hills. Nope. Let's see.
I think I'm
Mazingo Lake Golf Course. I still think Muirfield Village.
I think I gotta go Mazingo because I never have to worry about it being in bad shape.
It's a very valid point. By the way, who's going to Mazingo? You're not going to Mazingo this year.
I am not.
I'll be there.
Andrew, you going there? All right. I need to get signed up. I think I'm going to go.
Yep.
Okay. Anyways, so there it is. Chambers Bay.
And Briar.
Muirfield Village. No, wait. Mazingo. He picked Mazingo. Anyway, that's going to do it for us. We are done. We are out. On the next episode, you will catch us. We'll have a special guest. He's been wanting to come on the show. So we will appease him. If you're listening, we'll see you on the next one. Say bye.
Ya.